Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Emily. Before we start, I really want to take a moment to say thank you from my heart, because I know you are spending your time with us, listening, supporting this channel, subscribing, and trying to improve your English. And honestly, that means more than I can explain in words. And I want you to feel that your time here is safe, comforting, and really important to us.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh, and honestly, I always feel a little nervous at the beginning of each episode, but it's more of a warm, soft nervousness that feels exciting at the same time, because it's like sitting down with friends you really care about and having a long, honest conversation about life, feelings, and learning. And I think that is something really special we get to share with all of you every week.
Yes, I feel the same way. And today's topic is very close to my heart because we are going to talk about learning from hard days, those days that make you feel tired, frustrated, or sometimes even like you are failing. But in reality, those days are teaching you something really important about yourself, your patience, your kindness, and your ability to keep going even when everything feels heavy.
Yeah, hard days are like that, aren't they? They just arrive without asking permission. Sometimes nothing really big happens, but everything feels wrong, or confusing, or heavy. And it's easy to feel alone during those days, even though we all have them. And for me, those days used to feel like I was trapped in a loop that I couldn't escape. And I think many of our listeners can relate to that feeling.
Absolutely. And I think one of the first lessons I learned from hard days is that it's okay to admit when you're struggling, even if you don't know why, even if the reasons seem small or invisible to other people, because acknowledging your feelings is the first step to being kind to yourself. And sometimes that alone can make the day feel a little lighter, even if nothing else changes.
Yes, I completely agree. I remember just last week, I had one of those days where nothing really bad happened. I didn't get into an argument, nothing broke or went wrong, but I just woke up feeling exhausted. And I kept thinking, why do I feel so low today? And the more I tried to force myself to be okay, the heavier the day felt, until I finally paused and said to myself, Josh, it's okay to just feel tired and confused today. And that moment felt like a small relief.
Oh, I love that. And I think that moment is so important for English learners too, because sometimes we push ourselves too hard, whether it's learning new words, trying to speak fluently, or understanding grammar. And when it doesn't go perfectly, we start thinking, I'm bad at English or I'm not improving fast enough. And hard days teach us that it's okay to slow down and say, today is difficult, and that's okay. And even those simple sentences are powerful in daily life.
Yes, and honestly, I used to think hard days meant failure, that if I had a bad day, I wasn't good enough or I wasn't trying hard enough. But slowly, I've started to understand that hard days are not about failure at all. They're about learning, growing, and giving yourself space to rest and recover. And I can even say that those days often teach me more than easy days ever did.
Oh, I feel the same. Easy days are nice and they feel good, but hard days really teach you patience, empathy, and understanding, not only for yourself, but for other people too. I've learned that when I have a hard day, I notice others more. I listen more carefully, I smile more gently, and I realize that life isn't just about success or achievements. It's about noticing the small moments and being present even when things feel heavy.
Absolutely. And one thing I've noticed is that hard days also teach you the importance of small, simple actions, like drinking a glass of water, taking a short walk, telling someone, I need a break, or even saying to yourself, I'm doing my best today. And those small actions can make a surprisingly big difference in your mood and your energy, even if the day is still difficult.
Yes, and I want to remind listeners that those simple sentences are really powerful in English too, because you can use them with friends, family, or even teachers, and they are completely honest and normal. For example, saying, I'm having a hard day. Can we talk later? Or, I need a little rest. Thank you for understanding. are very natural, kind, and human sentences that show care for yourself and others. And I think that is something we can all practice.
Exactly. And I also learned that hard days teach you to be less strict with yourself. I used to push myself so much, even when I was tired or stressed, and I would say, just one more task, just one more thing. And I thought that was necessary, but really it was exhausting. And hard days taught me that it's okay to stop, to rest, and to say, I'm doing enough today. And that honesty with yourself is really freeing.
Ah, yes, that is so important. I think many English learners feel that same pressure, wanting to speak perfectly, learn quickly, or memorize everything at once. And when it doesn't happen, it can feel like a failure. But hard days show us that progress is slow, and that's completely normal. And the important part is to keep showing up, even a little at a time, without being harsh on yourself.
Exactly. And another lesson I've learned is that hard days teach you how to ask for help, which can feel really scary at first because we think it shows weakness, but it actually shows strength. Because saying, I need help today, or I don't understand this, can you explain, connects you to others and gives them a chance to be kind and supportive. And that connection is really healing on a hard day.
Yes, I think that is so true. Asking for help is scary, but it is brave. And even a small sentence like, can you repeat that please? Or could you explain one more time? Is a real way to care for yourself and keep learning. And those little acts of asking for support are often what make the day feel manageable instead of overwhelming.
And hard days also teach patience, don't they? Patience with yourself, patience with life, and patience with others. I used to want results immediately, whether it was learning English, finishing a project, or solving a problem. And when things didn't go as planned, I felt frustrated. But hard days show you that it's okay to move slowly. And sometimes slowly is better because you notice more details and you care more deeply.
Yes, and I love how you say that because I felt the same way. Slow progress used to make me feel bad, but now I see it as a gift. Every small step, every tiny success, like remembering a new word or speaking one sentence clearly, matters. And those small successes add up over time, and noticing them is a lesson that hard days teach very clearly.
Mm. And one more thing I realized is that hard days teach empathy. When you feel overwhelmed or sad, you naturally start to understand that other people may feel the same way, even if you didn't notice it before. And it makes you softer, more patient, and more kind. And I think that is one of the most beautiful lessons of difficult days because it connects us to each other.
Yes, empathy is huge. I've also learned that hard days teach us rest. Rest is not laziness, rest is care. Hard days tell you stop, breathe, and take care of yourself because tomorrow will need your energy. Even 5 minutes of quiet or sitting down can make a difference, and learning to rest without guilt is one of the hardest but most valuable lessons.
And honestly, when I think about all these lessons, patience, empathy, asking for help, noticing small wins, resting, being kind to myself, they all come from hard days. Easy days are nice, but hard days shape us. They teach us what really matters and remind us that we are humans, not machines, and that it's okay to be imperfect.
Ah, yes, and I feel so calm just talking about this, and I hope listeners feel a little calm too. If you are having a hard day today, maybe say to yourself quietly, I am doing my best, and that is enough for today. And repeat it as many times as you need. Hard days do not define your life. They are just a moment, a teacher, a test of patience and love for yourself.
Absolutely. And I want to say something to learners in particular. Mistakes in English are also part of your hard days. When you speak and make mistakes, it might feel frustrating, but those mistakes are teaching you something. They are not failures. They are small lessons that make your English stronger in the long run, just like hard days teach lessons about life.
Exactly. Mistakes are normal, hard days are normal, and feeling tired, sad, or frustrated is normal too. You are not broken, you are growing, you are learning, and that is what matters the most.
And listeners, I hope you can carry one sentence with you after this episode. This is a hard day, not a hard life. Because it's simple, but it reminds us that life has many moments and one day does not define everything. And that is a very comforting thought, especially when the day feels heavy.
Yes, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking this time to care for yourself by sitting with us. And thank you for supporting this channel. We hope you feel a little lighter, a little calmer, and a little more understood.
Yes, and remember, take care of yourself. Rest when you need to. Speak kindly to yourself and reach out to others if you need help, because hard days are easier when you don't face them alone.
We'll see you again very soon in the next episode of English with Emily. Until then, breathe, drink some water, rest, and remember that you are enough exactly as you are.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.